Hello,
Uh,
guys of United Rock Nations. We are an amazing company with Nico of Katatonia. How are you?
Very good, thank you, sir. How are you doing?
Very well, thank you. We are here, of course, to talk about the new album Nightmares as extensions of the waking state. Katatonia is well known for this melancholy and introspection kind of music. Is there something new of emotion on these newer records?
Yes and no. I would say it's just more of it. I mean, it's really hard to say um, how people are going to interpret it, but I think it's a really nice evolution from. I mean, Katatonia has always been a band that's been evolving, so it changes, and I think this is like a new, very cool way we've taken it to, but. And it's hard to judge your own sauce, if you know what I mean. It's like somebody else has to taste it, and then they shall tell if
Absolutely,
it's
but it feels like it's continuation, of course, of the previous work. I know that you are in Catatonia for just it's the first time you are recording with Catatonia, but it seems that it's like a continuation. But when I heard the album, I was thinking about the music is more denser and heavier. The atmosphere is more heavier.
right.
How did you approach this evolution in studio?
I think again, it's really hard to tell where inspiration comes from, but it felt. I think since it's a new lineup, and
Absolutely.
the Sky Void of Stars was such a terrific album in its own way. So I think would just to honor like the thing that we're always searching for something, because that's the whole point with music. You know, if you feel like you've done it perfectly, then do something else. And so this was and also with the whole thing of like changing the lineup,
Exactly.
it's kind of like a divorce thing, you know, even though it's so I'm thinking like that has affected the outcome of the music, so to speak.
Absolutely. You are the new member of the band, of course. How did your rival influence the songwriting of the sound? Do you bring something different with the way you played guitar? I don't know. Tell us more about the influence you had on the songwriting process.
Right. No, it's. I mean, me and Jonas, we are. I would say that we're twin souls when it comes to like we have really similar taste in music. So always when he sends like a listen to this, it's always a good one. You know, you have friends that whenever they recommend a movie, you know, you're not gonna watch it because the person has horrible taste, and this is like the opposite. His everything we really like, and it's just not metal. Within all kinds of music, we yeah, it feels like we're twin souls. So the whole as far as sounds go, I'm a complete sound geek. So I think, and so is he. We didn't really make any conscious decisions, but rather just went with the flow and let our instincts guide us, so to speak. Which is always a good way to make music. I think it's like turn off your brain and just go on instinct, then usually the best results occur.
As you said, I think that together you create all the music together, or the main ideas came from Jonas,
No, the
or
mainly Jonas has done. He's been writing for um, in the background, so to speak, during this whole divorce process. So, and also, I mean, I love to write more, but you don't want to. I don't want to be how to put the guy that changes the sound immediately. So I was consciously kind of in the background.
Okay.
I was more because he has such a cool concept of how he writes music and Katatonia. It's like since I'm new in, I don't want to be taking over. I want to learn the ropes first, if you know what I mean. It's like it feels more important to uh, get under the skin of the sound of Katatonia before you start um, taking over, if you know what I mean. So it felt really nice to just be mainly helping out with the construction of the songs, you know.
Absolutely. So when he approached you to came into the band because you play with Intombeidi, so do you know him from a long time? I think.
Yeah, we met.
So tell us about the collaboration, the way you were included in the new lineup.
It was actually quite crazy. It was just after COVID, and they were doing a gig in Hobart, Tasmania, in Australia. So basically, the question was, do you want to learn 25 songs, travel for 6 days, and then play for an hour and a half? But since it was, I mean, usually I would probably said like, sorry, man, that's too much work for one gig. But since it was after COVID, I was like, hell yeah, I do anything just to get out of the fucking house.
Absolutely.
So we did that, and it was we didn't get our gear, so there was a really really stressful first gig when it's like I was playing some really kind dude that borrowed me his guitar, and but it was like it was a very intense period. But we since we had to travel for 6 days, we got to hang out a lot, and we had a great time together, and we uh, fit really well. And I think that kind of laid the foundation of like, hold on, let's do this again. And then like a year later, Anders couldn't do a whole tour, so I did a European tour, and then it felt like because when you do a tour together, that's like when you get to know each other. That's like a month in a bus. It's really
Absolutely.
yeah. So that's when we all realized that we fit really well together. So yeah, I'm stoked that this outcome is. It's like I'm now a full member of the band. It's really because I felt pretty quickly. It's like, hold on, I could play this music for a long time
Right.
and hang out with the guys. So it's yeah, it was super cool.
So you would continue with Intombeidi?
No, I mean since LD passed in my world, uh, Entombed in any form without him, it's like I don't know. I don't care about that. And we had a great 20-year run, and I will cherish the memories. But I think yeah, sometimes you have to know when to call it quits. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. So let's talk about I know that you didn't write the lyrics, but perhaps you can tell us something about them. So what are the main topics you talk on the new songs?
Well, as I'm always saying, it's like I sometimes you have an idea when you write a lyric, but um, it's very rarely a recipe. So I think it's really in the eye of the beholder. So whatever you think it's about, that's what it's about.
Yes.
And but I can tell you that it's not about happy picnics in the sunshine. It's but I mean, on the other hand, if you think that if you want to listen to this music when you're having a happy picnic in the sunshine, that's perfect. So it's really I think any art shouldn't be explained. I mean, of course you could talk about where you got inspiration from and everything, but it's I am um, I am a fan of the mystery. So
Hmm.
um, there's, but I can. I mean, it's not like there's a um, theme album. It's not about the crisis in the world in the 19th century or whatever. You know what I mean? So it's very loosely about the pain of being in this world.
Okay, so thank you very much. I know that you didn't write lyric, so it's difficult to talk about it.
Exactly. Yeah.
I would like to talk about one song because I love all the album, of course, but there's one song that interests me a lot. It's Departure Trace.
Right. Yeah.
It's a very atmospheric song. It's not heavier, of course. Can you tell us more about that song?
Yeah. It's really cool. I really like that. It's I think the whole album has something that reminds me of Pink Floyd, which is
Yes.
one of my favorite bands of all time.
Oh,
So it's
yes.
like I'm really um yeah, it's I mean, as with all of the songs I would say on this album, the arrangements is they're very loose. It's not like verse chorus solo chorus done. And I think that one has a really cool arrangement, and the way it's going from really atmospheric to heavy is it's growing into be one of my favorites. But it changes. Um, if you would ask me in 6 months about my favorite song, I would probably have another one. But yeah, it's a really cool song. I remember it's early when we uh, were starting to work on it. It was like, yeah, man, this is going to turn into something really cool. So,
Absolutely. It's one of my favorite songs of the album, so
all
that's the
right,
reason
cool,
why
awesome.
I asked you for that. Let's talk about touring. I know that you will tour at the end of the year. There's a long tour, all Europe.
Yeah.
What can we expect from the new shows? Can you tell us more about? I don't know if you have yet selected the songs that you will play from the new album. Tell us more about that.
Well, I mean, now we've released two of them, so we're gonna play like, and then it's gonna be a third single before the album drops. So we're gonna play all of those like on festivals, just to try it out and see how it feels. As far as when the tour comes, I mean, the album has been out for a while, so
Exactly,
that
exactly.
we could. I mean, personally, I want to play right now. At least, I want to play Thrice. I think that's a really cool song, like the opening song.
Absolutely, absolutely.
And but it's we're trying to mix up the rest of the set, since I mean we have me, I'm new, and Sebastian is new. So
Exactly.
there's a lot of energy, kind of like in the beginning of a relationship, so you can exploit that, and we can change up the whole, because as with any band, well, you always have a bunch of songs that you have to play, and then there's sometimes you kind of get lazy and start playing pretty much the same songs. So we want to switch that up, so that we have a shitload of songs to choose from when we do the tour, and then hopefully change it up during the tour. So um, it's not going to be exactly the same set. Sometimes you find the right set and then you just stick with it. But right now, I'm thinking we should um, really play as many songs as possible through the whole catalog, and then mix it up with the new album, and then see where we land.
Okay,
So I'm
absolutely.
really excited to do this, because
Absolutely.
it's
And you will be in France for 3 days. I think I take a look Paris, Lyon, I think, and another city, and you will
yeah,
be in France three times.
it's going to be glorious. I'm going to eat so much food.
And great wine also.
Oh yeah, of course. It's going to. Last time in Paris, we had an insane steak frites, and then I want to do the duck l'orange, and there's many dishes that we hopefully get to try out now when we come to France.
Fantastic, fantastic. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for all this information about the new album. We love a lot this album. It's a great one. So we hope you the best for Nightmares as extensions of the Waking State, and we hope and we will of course be with you in France to see you live in Paris. So thank you very much.
All right, see you then. Ciao.
And bye.
Yeah, bye.